Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So unless you live under a rock, then I think you'll be aware there's been a lot of drama in the beauty community this year, and poor Kat Von D has been the center of several scandals. The anti-vaccination scandal during her pregnancy, we had a racism scandal on Instagram, and now here we have another downfall of Kat Von D beauty. You see, this time of year, Kat Von D always launches a, limited edition. It's not usually holiday themed in any way, but she launches a limited edition collection. And a lot of people this year are noticing that there are several similarities between last year's collection and this year's as far as the eyeshadows palettes go. Some people have even said that some of the shadows are just the same thing, just put into a different palette and renamed. And I have today both palettes, the one from last year and the one from this year, and we're going to take a look at them and determine if the accusations are true. So if you didn't have a chance to look at this last year, this is from the Saint and Sinner collection Kat Von D came out with. And I think she said the inspiration for this was stained glass. So in here we have the Saint side and the Sinner side. Here is the Sinner side 12 shadow, and on this side we have the Saint, another 12 shades, so altogether you get 24 shades. This huge mirror on both sides actually, and this retailed for $63. Now this year, again, you get 24 eyeshadows. Theme was fetish. So here is the outside. You might not be able to see it on the camera because it's a black on black, but there's this nice embroidered cover that says fetish. It has like a little whip detailing through it. It's very cute. Then on the inside you get another massive mirror right on top, and then all the shades are just laid out here for you. There's no intricate doors this year. I want to take a look at some of the shades that people might think are the same, or that I can just look and see for myself that look pretty similar. I'm going to swatch them. First thing I'm going to test, because obviously they're the same, it's a matte black eyeshadow. I have them on my two fingers. This one is from Fetish and it's called Rubber, and this is from Saint and Sinner and it's called Sabbath. So just gonna swatch, that's Rubber, and then here we have Sabbath. Don't know if you can tell, but the one from the new one is definitely a lot more pigmented and actually feels a lot creamier than the other one. And this one from last year, if I can find it on the camera, is a lot drier feeling, and it's also very patchy. It could just be because it's older and I've had it for a year. Can I be honest with you though? Like, I'm sitting here looking at both palettes going back and forth, and there's not much that I can see that I would understand why other people would think they're the same kind of thing. Actually, I might have just found one. So on this finger we have Dominatrix from the Fetish collection, and here is Rosary from the Saint and Sinner. They're definitely not the same exact color, but they do look very similar. I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand just to make it easier for me. When applied, there's actually little difference. This top one is from Fetish, the bottom is from Saint and Sinner. I don't even know if the camera will be able to pick up the color difference. There's like a slight shift that's different of the two, and I honestly think the one from Saint and Sinner is a little bit more pigmented, but they're definitely the same kind of shade. But those two are actually like the only shades I can find that I would think people would say were exactly like. But it does contain like the same matte and then metallic shimmer kind of shadows, so the formulations look to be about the same, which is possibly why people are getting confused and thinking it's the same palette, but there is definitely a difference in the two, but there is the same color story. Like, there's neutral reds, and then there's some browns on both, and there's blues and greens and purples and golds. Overall, they do in fact look very similar, but I don't think the similarities are enough to be able to call it the same palette. In the end, do I think it's worth the money to buy this palette that also retails for $63? Not really. If you already have some of the Kat Von D eyeshadows, they're the same formulation and you can get away with the similar colors. And I feel like I bought this more out of the sake of having a limited edition item than I did wanting the eyeshadow palette. There are 2 or 3 shades that I am excited about in here, but the rest I already have in a different eyeshadow palette, or again, they're so similar to the one she came out with last year I could just use those still. Did pick this up on sale though. It was $31.50 on Sephora's website, so I think maybe if it's still on sale it would be a good buy, but only if you're a true Kat Von D fan do I think you need to have this. I don't think this is a scandal. I just think she needs to switch up what she does. In the end, it's her brand, it's her business, it's her makeup, and she gets to choose what kind of color story she writes. But it's kind of just disappointing to see the same thing over and over and over again. I hope you all enjoyed this video today, and I kind of shed some light on the whole Kat Von D palette conspiracy. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.